Greetings and salutations, this is another round of Barry's Nerdsville. This was some hours in the making because I had to do other things after watching a TV show in Australia called Studio 10. This is more of a beef. I have a beef with you, the panel. Sarah Harris, Jessica Rowe, Denise Drystyle, and that Joe fella, and also that Normie Rowe, who was also on today's episode. What I have a beef with is that they slammed a little girl who does the news for her street and posted it up on social media websites. They go, "Oh, I wouldn't let my daughter do that." Oh, no. And that's Jessica Rowe. And then she proceeded to slander this young woman, this young girl, saying, "Oh, she can't say that, she can't say this, she can't say the other." Then Joe says, "Oh, this is the only male, so-called male on the scene." He goes, "Oh, she didn't use the word alleged murder." You know what? This is what I find funny. Firstly, let's look at this. Sarah Harris had a beautiful gig on the Today Show. The first and virtually the foremost morning TV show that has to do with news, bit of politics, and some gossip here and there. News, politics, gossip, along some cushy, lovey-dovey story. She was there, but then she got out. Don't know why she left that kind of cushy job. Guessing Karl Stefanovic was too much of a man for her. Then you look at this Joe Hildebrand fella. His career is nothing. Literally nothing. I'm unemployed now. And my unemployment status is far greater than Joe's career. He goes around saying, "Oh, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah," some pompous thing, blah 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 blah, more idiotic stuff, and blah 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 blah, politically correct bull crap, and blah 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 blah, social justice warrior nonsense. Blah 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 blah, bullshit. That is Joe Hildebrand's career. Now, let's look at Jessica Rowe, the woman who's married to Peter Everton of Channel 9 News. I am surprised that he has not divorced her and sought custody of their children. The stories that she tells about her and Pete, and I can remember one time there, she divulged a private conversation that she overheard her father and Peter Overton had. Which is a private affair. And the laundry list, if you had to write a laundry list down, and it started way up there, it would not finish until it was way down there in columns, writing it down. And so starting from way up there, it will not finish until way down there. Since day one of the show going to air, it's been private story about her and Petey this, private story of her and Petey that, a private story of her and her husband. And she goes around saying that this young girl, actually all of them say that this young girl doesn't deserve, has no integrity of media in that. Guess what? The girl has more integrity in a speck of dust underneath her nail than all you guys have in your entire careers as journalists. Then you look at Ding Dong Drysdale, a comedian, an entertainer. Why should we listen to an entertainer for news? Hell, she shook her backside in the black and white era of television. Entertainer, comedian, Denise Drysdale. What in the hell are we, actually what in the hell is Australia, listening to crap that cometh out of Denise's mouth? Also to throw some things, so a little bit of stuff on the fire. There's that British chick and Ida Buttrose. I thought Ida Buttrose, to be honest with you, would have had more class, would have had a bit more poise, a bit more intelligence, than to lower herself down to this common denominator. Getting some royalties from the Paper Giants TV show is running dry and she wants a job. You hear the panel bagging out. In this case, in this instance, I heard them tear shreds of this little girl. Saying, oh, where are her parents? The parents should not have been giving her the phones when I was her age. Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Today is not your day and age for being a child. It's hers. She started her news program, reported the birth of her brother, the birth of her younger sibling. Then from go to woe, she reported on everything that went on in the street. But the reason why you don't like the fact that she is around is because she scooped your so-called colleagues from America. She scooped them. Why? Because she lived a few houses away. I call that good journalism. I call that good reporting. If you happen to be close to the source, the quicker you get to the source, the quicker you can be the first one to report on the situation. You know what, girl? I'm a 33-year-old man from Australia. And I'm saying to you, from the bottom of my heart to you, you have the guts, you have the drive, and you have the determination to go far in journalism. Don't let some washed up has-been old women from Australia, I'm calling them Ida and Denise here, Actually, and don't listen to so-called modern day journalists. They stopped being journalists when they sat on their backside on that panel. They've given that up. If they're not news anchors, some specialist reporter that's in the studio, out on the field, out on a mission reporting things, you've given up that right to be called a reporter, a journalist. And don't listen to anyone who has a degree in philosophy, a degree in sociology. Well, they know. They were not in the trenches getting their backsides handed to them from a thing called life. They prefer to stay in school and hiding behind academia. Don't listen to them. Hell, if I was your parents, I would sue Channel 10, sue the people who insulted their daughter, and you know what? I encourage the divorce away from Jessica Rowe. It is pathetic on how she made a mockery of her relationship to bring her daughter's lives in, her children's lives in a public forum. Years down the road, her children are gonna hate her for it. Literally, they're gonna hate Jessica for telling embarrassing stories on the air. I'm surprised Ida's daughters haven't done the same thing. I'm gonna be even surprised if Ding Dong Drysdale's children don't have that in mind. What stays? You see, this is supposed to be, when things happen in private, they should be expected to stay in privacy. But no. Just to get another leg up on Today Extra and the morning show and whatever things that the ABC have and SBS, they would go down to the lowest common denominator. I'm not saying that the morning show is perfect. It's been around a bit longer, but still, it's not perfect. Hell, they made an American guest feel very, very uncomfortable. I'm talking about that Sex and the City star just a few short weeks ago. There's a lot that Channel 10 needs to do to get things right. Firstly, get rid of Studio 10. Get rid of the concept of having another live show. Period. Get a team of journalists that know what they're doing. A panel show that speaks what is actually happening in the news. Don't worry about selling some bogus stuff that you can see on all these bloody television shopping networks that we have nowadays. That's what it is. It is marketing pornography. Get rid of that. Have an hour-long news program after some children's programming. Bring children's programming back. to to the Channel 10 network. I'm talking about some real stuff, like some anime, a little bit of American stuff. Not The Simpsons, not American Dad, not The Cleveland Show, not American, not King of the Hill, none of that type of stuff. I'm talking about SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm talking about a little bit of Naruto. I'm talking about that. Bring whatever you got on 11, smack bang it back on Channel 10. Get rid of the rerun of Family Feud as well, in the bogus American panel show. Have that segment for the children's program with half an hour, going up to 9 o'clock. Then boom, have your hour-long news program with real journalists speaking about the real issues of the day without making a damn joke about a lot of things, especially their past relationships, their current relationships, even people that they met on the street. They make fun of that. And it's sickening. Honestly, these 2 fingers down my throat feels a lot better than them yammering on about some bullshit. Honestly, the whole thing, though I said that there was them slandering a little girl who was doing the news on her street, was a starter. That was the final nail in the coffin for me about the whole damn show. They slandered a little girl who aspires to be a journalist. They literally are afraid of this girl. If she can do all this good stuff in her street or in her neighborhood, what sort of journalist would she be in the years to come? She will be that damn good and that damn popular worldwide, since she could go onto a online news site. She could go onto Fox, which has a lot more coverage worldwide than the Australian 10 network, the 7 network, Channel 9, ABC, SBS, all wrapped into one, all wrapped up. The audiences are like one in a million. You know, one little thread compared to something as powerful as Fox. I know this is an Undertaker t-shirt from his American Badass era, and that's what they're afraid of. They are gutless. Literally, they are gutless to the... They should have applauded this girl for wanting to go to be a journalist, to be a reporter, who had the guts to stand out front of a place where where a murder took place, stand out front of a location where a murder had taken place. They should have been applauding her. Good on to you, girl. If you can do that, you can cover war zones, you can cover big events like royal weddings. She could be at Prince George's wedding, seeing King William and Prince and Queen Catherine walking down behind him, Prince George and his wife. That's what they could have said, and I would have been cool with it. But no, they slandered her. They said that she doesn't know what she's talking about. Did they know what that girl could have gone we went through. Let's think. Let's think really hard about this. She could have relatives in the journalism industry, given her little pointers on what to do, and she's acted upon it. They don't want to look at that. They just want to see it as a little girl standing in front of a location where a murder's taken place, and not using the word alleged. They attacked her. They attacked her parents. Then they said that the child should be taken away from her parents, which is vile. This little girl is a reporter. Either they embrace the fact that this girl is a reporter, give her some encouragement, could have critiqued her a little bit more politely. I should make that. Just say a book. Actually, the measuring stick. This one I'm calling a little bit. The distance between Brisbane in Queensland and Melbourne in Victoria. That little bit more polite. That bit more classy. But no, they have to go down the path. Calling her parents out, calling her. It's bullshit. Studio 10 is nothing more than being a bully to this little girl, which is the final straw. Jessica, if I wanted to keep my relationship with my husband, and I was a girl in that, I would shut my damn trap. But all the private stuff that happened before you got married, when you got married, and about your children. Ida, you had a good opportunity to lead these women, to lead this panel into to be a better program. But no, you went down the same toilet bowl as the rest of them. Sarah, you had a good job with Channel 9. You dumped that for something that you wouldn't, that is comparison to a bloody tampon. Joe, you should get yourself a real job, mate. Hildebrand, you should really get yourself a job. And that's coming from an unemployed person. Denise, stick with the ABC and the SBS where you rightfully belong. Taxpayer funded television. That's all you're good for. The good old fashioned SBS comedy this, or some baloney from the ABC, which I've virtually stopped watching now because of the idiotic Q&A program, and that's for another video. You know what? Studio 10. What you've done to the reputation of that little girl is, that is what you did to that little girl. And what I'm doing, I'm standing up for her. She deserves a future in journalism. You crushed. You insulted her career. Though she started 9 years old and she's what, 12? Reporting on things that are actually happening in the street? the day it actually happens, good on her. But you do not have the right to slander her or to call her parents irresponsible. You see Studio 10. Actually, you see the producer. Actually, it's around that Jono. He should stick with the comedy circuit. That's what he's good for. Which is enough said. I'm Rhino Barrows. And lastly on this on Studio 10, you've lost 3 viewers.